All right, greetings educators. This is Module 3 lecture. Module 3 is going to be over Criterion 2 or Section 2 of the rubric. But before I get started, I want to talk to you a little bit about my paradigm of online learning and the audience that we serve at NMJC. My review of the literature surrounding online learning has been mostly directed at the community college student. And my praxis is that audience. My doctoral research has been at the community college level, and the multiple action research projects I've done have been at the community college level. Much of what I've learned from students comes from my interaction with them through research interviews and teaching them LMS functionality through Blackboard orientations and WebCT orientations. When I talk to you about online learning, I'm coming to you from that paradigm. I'm talking to you about students who are traditionally underprepared, externally motivated, with low competence, and require much student support. That makes our job as online instructors much more difficult and requires more involvement by the instructor. This is the NMJC college student that I'm talking about, and not a four-year or graduate student. Those students are a different audience. Do we have similarities? Do all students have similarities? Absolutely. But there's a lot of differences between four-year and graduate students and community college students, and I'm specifically addressing those differences. Do all of our NMJC students fit into this square peg that I'm talking about? No. But we must be prepared to teach and reach the most needy. It is my job to inform you of what I know about our audience and then learn more from you, the practitioners in the field, to expand my knowledge. My expertise in this area has always been expanding because of my interaction with you and my interaction with students. Okay, so now that I've gotten that off my chest, let's talk about the rubric. This section of the New Mexico Junior College Online Course Review rubric is Section 2, and it is about online organization and course design. It brings us to the question of whether our courses reflect a clear understanding of students' need in the online environment. We also need to take view of our courses in accordance to the ADA compliance. All right, so I'm just going to get right into this, and I'm going to talk to you about Section 2A. Is the course organized and easy to navigate? The course should be modularized where students have a directed path of learning. What does that mean? It means that there's an index or layout of a module, and it should be methodical and consistent. NMJC's decision to move courses to modularization was so that students had fewer pathways to learning. What? Canvas has a philosophy that students should be able to access their course in multiple ways. But Canvas wasn't built for our audience. Canvas was built for graduate students. Got that? And so our students need much more structure, and we need to find ways to provide that structure for them. Modularization was one way to do that. All right, so let's talk about Section 2B. Is the course free of grammar and spelling errors? I'm not even going to cover this. I believe you all know what this means, and I don't think it's necessary for me to go over it. Section 2C. Is a visual presentation consistent, easy to read, and does it acknowledge the criteria of number 1 through 3 of the New Mexico Junior College ADA Compliance Regulations document? All right, so I'm going to go through that document real quickly. I don't have it here as a visual for you, but I'm going to run through it because I think it's important for me to talk to you a little bit about these. If you want to, you can print this document out and have it here with us. Probably should have told you that at the beginning of this lecture. Would have helped, right? But anyway, I'm going to go through those 1 through 3 criteria now. All right, so number 1, the course uses high contrast between text and background. It avoids dark and bright colored backgrounds and tiled backgrounds. Background colors should remain mild, such as white or off-white. Okay. Ensuring that moving, blinking, or scrolling objects may be paused or stopped. We need to ensure that documents are clear and simple so they may be more easily understood. Okay, so what these 3 things mean is that all users benefit from a consistent layout, recognizable graphics, and easy to understand language. Canvas doesn't give us much of an opportunity to get wild with our colors and formatted objects. So numbers 1 and 2 are pretty much a moot point, but it's important for us to keep in mind and adhere to its direction. Especially number 3, which says that we want to ensure that documents are clear and simple so that they can be more easily understood. Okay? All right, so that's number 2C. I'm going to go on to 2D. Instructor provides a responsive time frame for grade postings, emails, etc. in the introduction, which can be a README first page, getting started page, or start here page. Also in the announcements or the welcome email. All right, so the industry standard for response time for emails is 24 hours on weekdays and 48 hours on weekends. Personally, I try really hard to answer my students within 4 to 6 hours, and often I answer them much quicker than that. I try to keep this policy on weekends too. NMJC is following the industry standard in how they would like to see their faculty answer email. Okay, so just FYI, 48 hours on the weekends, 24 hours on the weekdays. Grading. Now this is going to vary. Grading policies are going to vary. It depends on the subject you're teaching. But my rule of thumb is that I tell my students that their grading will be complete within 3 days of a module closing. This will vary according to the time frame of the class too, okay? But what I've tried to do is have my grading done in plenty of time so that students can make adjustments to the way that they do my assignments and be prepared to improve for the next go-round. Instructors should give students a chance to see the results of their work before they turn in the next graded item. This will give them an opportunity to improve according to the feedback that's given to them by the instructor. Okay? All right, 2E. Are clear instructions provided on course communication and participation. Okay, so what this means is that students should be given a clear understanding of how you expect them to communicate with you and with each other. I like to use rubrics. I also put a lot of this information in my syllabus. Their required participation should be thoroughly explained to them also. Directions are very difficult to write. I personally think that writing good directions is an art form. It's very difficult, and we should put a lot of thought into it, and we should take a lot of time in writing step-by-step directions for our students. All right, 2F. Course outline provides at minimum a weekly account of what students will experience through the term of the course and is also included in the syllabus. Okay, so I believe that students should be given a thorough outline of due dates in the course. This gives students an opportunity to plan their learning experience according to their schedule. If changes are made to the due date, students should be notified immediately through email and/or an announcement. Okay? Give them a schedule at the beginning of the semester. so that they'll be prepared throughout the semester. All right, so 2G. Course design reflects 3 or more of the criteria number 4 through 8 in NMJC's ADA compliance regulation document. Again, I'm going to go over it. I think it's important that I go over all of these ADA compliance accommodations, and so let's just jump right into it. Number 4, leave considerable space around the items and keep screen uncluttered. This accommodation is almost unnecessary with Canvas. The places I could see where it would be a problem would be files that you upload and into your class and the content pages you create. But generally, Canvas gives screen readers an opportunity to read it, and it gives plenty of spaces around the edges, and the screen is uncluttered. Number 5, allow extended times for assignments and quizzes. This accommodation, it's important that you understand this. This accommodation only needs to be addressed if a student self-identifies to the campus a special need accommodation. The special needs coordinator would contact you with that information. Okay? So, if a student says that they're going to need extra time for quizzes and assignments, you need to let them know that the special needs coordinator needs to contact you. Okay, so number 6, ensure that course documents, excluding quizzes and exams, can be easily printed. I try to do this, although it doesn't actually have to be done until a student self-identifies, but I just think it's good practice. I mean, for all of our students, in case they want to print or use screen readers. I do a lot of printing in the classes that I take, and I use screen readers a lot because I'm on the road anywhere from 15 to 20 hours a week. So it really helps if I can turn my Kindle on and let my Kindle read an article, or and sometimes I even have my screen reader on my Mac scanning some of the things that's in my class. Okay, so number 7, provide text equivalents to visual content and vice versa. Lecture notes or PowerPoints, both can be offered. If the instructor uses audio components, then closed captions should be included for the hearing impaired. Again, this accommodation only has to be addressed if a student self-identifies to the campus a special need accommodation. But me personally, I'm going to try to begin to close caption my videos. Roween came up with a great suggestion about how to do that in YouTube, and so I'm going to try to find the time to learn that skill and just do it. I think it's just good practice. I've already scripted my lectures, so why not just go ahead and pop them in and everything's done. And then I don't have to go back and scramble if I do get a student who self-identifies in one of my classes. It's already done. Okay, so number 8. Ensure that text and graphics are understandable when viewed without color. Instructors should be prepared to offer grayscale charts and images and other course-related information. Most images can be converted to grayscale and black or white. So you just need to be prepared to provide some of that stuff without color if the student self-identifies. Okay, educators, that is section 2, and we've gone through A through G, and I hope you understand a little bit more about the ADA compliance sheet also. I'm over and out. I'll see you online in the discussion, and I'll see you online in Module 4. Happy learning and teaching, everyone. Goodbye.